folks, and welcome to the WCG stream here at the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games. This is Christopher Wax, Stephen Ionetti here live at the event. And I am excited and ready to go for TSN, the Team Sportscast Network, www.tsncentral.com. We've got ourselves a finals for WarCraft 3 coming at you very soon. Taking a look here at my stats of the final, and for the fact that I know it, it's going to be Insomnia versus China Human. Two humans in the finals. Tillerman predicted it. I predicted it. Tillerman also in the crowd right now. He's taken several pictures of me, and I believe he is smitten. Anyway, guys, the maps are going as follows. Duskwood, Lost Temple, and then Tranquil Pass. This is the finals of the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games. We're going to have ourselves one hell of a match. I hope you're ready and excited, because I don't think we're going to be disappointed at all. Insomnia and China Human being two excellent human players. Insomnia really only taking a couple losses here. He's got 2 losses. One, in any of the matches, in the best of 3 matches. He lost once versus Orky Soul, lost once versus Grubby, and that's it. So I'm expecting him to do very well. China Human looking a bit nervous here, but that's probably just because of the crowd that's forming here on stage 1 in Seoul, South Korea. Insomnia looking confident, as always. So now that you know a little bit about Insomnia and his record here at the World Cyber Games, let's take a look here at China Human. Now, I was talking with Tillerman earlier, and he predicted an Insomnia win. Now, I don't know if I can agree with that. Earlier, Tiller stated that it looked like the player from China, China Human, had a loss or so in just about all of his single elimination matches. That's not true. He's got 2 losses total, the same as Insomnia, out of all of his matches. So this is about as even as a matchup as you can get. A mirror match. Gonna start out on Duskwood. Duskwood being a 116 by 116 map. I think it's actually a pretty good map for 1v1. There's a couple strategies that can be employed, and I think it's fairly balanced. We do have ourselves a healing fountain in the middle of the map, providing some much-needed healing to weary units. We've got corner starting locations, as well as very close expansion locations. They are fairly open, though, leaving lots and lots of room for attack. We've also got gold mines in the vertical and horizontal middles of the map, but they are protected by some very heavy creeps, dragons and lizards. Oh my. Earlier on, in some of the earlier patches, we had a lot of tower creeping on these maps, on this map in particular, Duskwood. A lot of people like to get those dragons very early, and they were able to because of the way the map was set up. And right now, it's looking like we're about to get started. Starting music and visuals coming up right now. More full. And here comes the readies. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are about to start. Here we go. Insomnia versus China Human, the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games. This is Christopher Wax, Stephen Ionetti here live, shoutcasting the event for the Team Sportscast Network, www.tsncentral.com. China Human now throwing down altar and a farm. Same thing coming from Insomnia. Looks like we've got a Rax going up for him as well now. He's going with a slightly faster Rax build. You can see the $20,000 just hovering outside of these players' reach. They want it. They can taste it. They can feel it. All of the senses apply here, folks. Insomnia, still getting that racks up. Looks like he's going to be going with an Archmage. Archmage as well for China-Human. China-Human getting his barracks up now. Peons working away inside both players' bases. Right now, 3 lumber peons for China-Human. Looks like 4 on gold, probably a 5th one on the way. I think there was a 5th one. Both players looking very focused. They each want this $20,000 more than just about anything right now. We've got a scout going out for both players right now. Militia being summoned on a peasant as they both scout for each other. They are both looking, I believe, in the correct direction. They should run into each other's scouts. Or it might be incorrect. I believe China-Human going down on this map as he has grabbed the top left location. That's the 11 o'clock location here on Duskwood. For Insomnia, he's gotten himself the top right location. That would be the 1 o'clock location. And here comes China-Human doing a little bit of creep hunting right now. Some of the wolves. He's using water elementals, bringing over some militia right now to help him. He's going after some of these wolves, trying to get things going a little bit faster. On the creeping. We've got ourselves 4 militia helping out right now for China-Human. He's just trying to keep things microed, not lose any footmen here. Killing off some wolves. Taking a look at Insomnia. Insomnia doing just about the same thing. I believe he's got an extra footman here to help him. Going after the dire wolf. Picking up some sentry wards. Sentry wards being a great early game item. Positioning them so you can basically view where your opponent is and what's going on near your base. There we can see Tillerman and Kaj in the crowd. Both members of 4 Kings. And right now, it looks like we've got a farm up for Insomnia, a scouting farm, keeping an eye on things for China-Human. China-Human putting one out far as well. And right now, it looks like Insomnia killing off some more dire wolves, excuse me. Circlet of Nobility going to be picked up right now. For Insomnia, he's still got himself at level 1 Archmage, I believe. Level 1. He's making his way over to the left portion of the map right now. Looks like he's going to try and get his peasants working on an expansion town hall. There it goes, expansion town hall. Now being created for Insomnia as he makes his way over to the left portion of the map. We've got ourselves, Insomnia's Archmage level 2. Level 3 on the Archmage of China-Human right now as he's pegging away at the Archmage of Insomnia. Insomnia just trying to reposition his units as he moves his footmen slightly behind the units of China-Human. Insomnia going to run away from this battle right now, trying to draw the attention of China-Human away from his Archmage. Archmage now being chased as Insomnia getting away from that battle. Looks like he's dropped himself a sentry ward near the base of China-Human. China-Human still chasing after the Archmage right now of Insomnia. A nice little push there by Insomnia, just getting what he wanted to do, which is to drop himself a sentry ward near the expansion base of China-Human. China-Human probably taking heed to that and knowing what's going on. Now here comes China-Human into the middle of the map as he runs into Insomnia's Archmage. China-Human's just going to run through there, drop him. Insomnia is going to drop himself a sentry ward. And it looks like we've got ourselves the Dragon Whelps and the Thunder Lizards pegging away here at the footman of China-Human. China-Human killing off one of the Thunder Lizards right now as Insomnia going to come in with his units, trying to own up the units of China-Human. Insomnia coming in on the behind right now of China-Human, or at least trying to. China-Human moving his Archmage away from the battle, and here come the Thunder Lizards pegging away at the footman of Insomnia. Insomnia trying to go around and surround the Archmage of China-Human. China-Human gonna let the Archmage of Insomnia get a level up here. So far, we're seeing some excellent control from Insomnia, trying to push China-Human back into his base right now. It looks like China-Human moving back towards his farms as he does a little bit of regrouping. Now Insomnia doing the same thing, making his way over to another side of the base as he's getting his footman pegged upon. He does have a footman in the red. China-Human now trying to chase after the footman of Insomnia. Insomnia gonna leave one behind here as it was in the red, I think. And right now, China-Human Just kind of regrouping out there in that Insomnia attack. China Human has now seen the expansion of Insomnia. Let's see what he can do about that if we're going to see another little push here by China Human. So far, both players staying very aggressive, but Insomnia the only one with an expansion. Let's see who benefits from that. China Human's going to have to take advantage of the situation very shortly if he wants to maximize on his chances of winning this match. Right now, China Human still taking out the middle of the map right now. He's doing a little bit of blizzarding here on the Thunder Lizards, trying to get this middle of the map creeped out. And we've got ourselves a level 4 Archmage right now for China Human. And here comes Insomnia. Insomnia going to do a little bit of item jacking as he grabs himself the Tome of Agility. We do have ourselves, I believe, a Scourge Bone Chimes on the Archmage of China Human. Right now, Insomnia trying to run away from this battle. He is not getting his units set up properly, not next to the Fountain of Health as best as he can. Here comes the Mountain King right now for Insomnia as he's trying to corner the Archmage of China Human. China Human going to run away. He does have himself a Boots of Speed, so he will be able to get away from that battle with ease. Right now, China Human just running back away from the battle with his tail between his legs. Is now his Archmage, his Mountain King coming from his altar. Insomnia just kind of running around the Fountain of Health right now. So far, we've seen a lot of action in this game. Both players staying fairly aggressive, trying to push when they have the advantage, but still no expansion for China Human. I believe he's going to build one now. He's sending over 4 peasants, trying to get that expansion going. Now the Mountain King running into the units of China Human. China Human trying to avoid a blizzard here as he moves his footman back, but he did get thunderclapped and slowed, so a nice amount of damage there provided by Insomnia. Now Insomnia in some pretty bad positioning here as he gets thunderclapped on 3 footmen and his Mountain King trying to run away from the battle. He's got a couple footmen in the red. Nice blizzard coming for Insomnia, hitting the footmen of China Human. China Human going to try and kill off some of the remaining units here of Insomnia. So far, we're seeing a very even mirror match as now the Sorks for China Human getting pegged upon by Insomnia. Insomnia still going after the Sorks right now with China Human. Insomnia doing a blizzard here on the Archmage of China Human. China Human going to have to reposition his units. He's got some bad positioning there with his footmen trying to get them to the forward lines as he really needs to keep things going here. Now it looks like China Human going to TP away from the battle as his Mountain King coming under too much pressure. And there he goes. TP's back to his main base, but Insomnia gets in a thunderclap before the town portal. Right now, China Human not looking like he's in too good of shape. Several footmen slowed by Insomnia's Sorks. Castle being researched right now for China Human. We've got 2 Arcane Sanctums inside the main base of Insomnia right now, cranking out those Sorks and probably priests very soon. Now Insomnia going after one of the scouting farms of China Human. China Human sending over an illusioned Archmage, trying to keep an eye on things, see what's going on with Insomnia. Insomnia seeing it, killing the illusion off very quickly as to not let China Human see what's going on inside of his base. China Human killing off one of the lagging farms right now of SK Insomnia. Insomnia for Team Bulgaria and China Human for Team China. We've got a nice big crowd coming here, folks. Keeps getting more full as the time goes. Looks like everyone here in Seoul, South Korea is very excited. And now, here comes Insomnia as he's starting to creep on again. He's got himself a level, I believe that's a level 5 Archmage? Is that a level 5 Archmage? My word, I think it might be level 3. It's difficult to read on this display. Right now, it looks like China Human just kind of clearing out a couple creeps as he runs into Insomnia. Creep hunting. Insomnia going to back away from those creeps. Let China Human try and take them. Come back now. Looks like he's trying to go after China Human again. China Human just kind of backing up near his expansion. He does have a tower going up right now. Insomnia making his way over to that part of the map. Here comes Insomnia trying to go on the backside of China Human. China Human in some bad positioning here, getting blizzarded on his Mountain King and a couple of footmen there by Insomnia. Insomnia is forcing China Human to fight with his Mountain King only on some creeps, and China Human not really paying attention to his Mountain King right now. We got a lot of blizzard action going on by both players, and now the 2 Mountain Kings trying to duke it out as China Human taking some serious hits by the Thunder Lizards on his Mountain King. Insomnia seeing that, and here comes the Paladin right now for China Human. He's going to try and heal the Mountain King. Here comes the Paladin. No heal coming yet on the Mountain King. What is he doing? There he goes. Heal finally on the Mountain King. Nice heal there by ChinaHuman. Insomnia going to be forced to back off a little bit as he's got 3 new heroes to deal with practically for ChinaHuman. ChinaHuman getting his health back up very quickly on all of his heroes with that Paladin coming in. Now Paladin almost empty on mana. Some good Thunderclap and Blizzard combination here by both players, trying to Thunderclap, then Blizzard on the slowed units. We do have a Scourge Bone Chimes for ChinaHuman, though, so I'm expecting to see ChinaHuman get out of that a little bit easier. We've got a Paladin coming out soon for Insomnia. Insomnia trying to get that Paladin out to help him heal that Mountain King. Keep that Mountain King heal, and you will be very happy. Take a look right now at Insomnia. He's picked himself up a Ring of Negation, or a Ring of Regeneration, I should say, and a Potion of Mana. Insomnia leaving a lagging footman behind, almost getting killed off by the Archmage of ChinaHuman. ChinaHuman going to go after that right now with one of his footmen. Here we go, another big battle over near the middle of the map, folks, and it's looking very even thus far. The Blizzard's coming down by ChinaHuman on the footman of Insomnia. Insomnia still cursed after fighting after some creeps. And we've got some Knights coming out right now for ChinaHuman. So far, it's been a very even match. Much closer, I must say, than I thought it was going to be. And now it looks like Insomnia bringing over his Mountain King, who has been blizzarded right now. Knights coming in right now for Insomnia as well. Here comes Insomnia on the behind of ChinaHuman. ChinaHuman getting thunderclapped right now by the Mountain King of Insomnia, and ChinaHuman's going to try and town portal away, taking as little damage as possible to his Archmage. Archmage TP back to the main base, level 4 Archmage for ChinaHuman and Insomnia. So far, it's been a very close mirror match, and both players playing exceptionally well here today. Insomnia making his way down near the expansion base of ChinaHuman. He's got his Mountain King out in front yet again. Looks like he might be doing an invisibility on that Mountain King, possibly. We've got lots of Sorks right now, as well as some Knights and some Priests for Insomnia. Now we've got another big battle. Some bad positioning here by Insomnia, getting openly blizzarded, but ChinaHuman getting the same thunderclap and stormbolted there on the Paladin, and looks like ChinaHuman trying to focus fire here on the Mountain King. Well, correction, everybody's getting focused. It's just everybody looks like they're doing attack around here with some minor focusing. And now here comes the Knights of ChinaHuman trying to focus on the Paladin of Insomnia. Everyone, this is just an insane battle. Very even and close. Here comes the Mountain King getting stormbolted, and now the Mountain King of ChinaHuman coming under some serious fire. The Mountain King for ChinaHuman goes down, and Insomnia going to retreat away from the battle as he has done his damage and holds back ChinaHuman for a little while longer. Now Insomnia trying to set up the choke point as ChinaHuman now bringing out some militia, trying to put the militia in the front. Now the Paladin getting stormbolted for ChinaHuman. ChinaHuman in a lot of trouble right now as the Paladin almost getting killed off. And now Insomnia kills off the Paladin for ChinaHuman. Good job, Insomnia. Insomnia doing an excellent job of attacking and retreating. Very focused, and ChinaHuman looks a little worried now, as he should be. We've got more farms going up inside the base right now of Insomnia as he's trying to crank out some workshops for some possible mortar teams. Mortar teams should take out the casters of ChinaHuman fairly easily. They are a very nice counter. And now it looks like we're having another big battle going on here over by ChinaHuman as expansion. Insomnia doing some nice Blizzard action here on ChinaHuman. ChinaHuman still with fairly low hero levels. Insomnia's been killing off a lot more units. And now it looks like we've got a battle at the choke point. ChinaHuman with better positioning here than Insomnia. Insomnia is still going to fight this one out as he puts his Mountain King in some harm's way to do a thunderclap. Nice thunderclap there, and there goes the Paladin for Insomnia. Healing the Mountain King. Looks like Insomnia just has some very nice control. Thunderclapped by both Mountain Kings right now. And we've got Blizzard action all over the place. Very hard to tell what's going on, as Insomnia just seems to be doing an excellent job here. Now we've got the Mountain King for ChinaHuman out in front yet again. That could be a bad mistake, but it looks like we've got some nice blizzarding being done by ChinaHuman, forcing the units of Insomnia to back off a little bit on the Mountain King of ChinaHuman. ChinaHuman getting his Mountain King focus fired on yet again. And now here comes Insomnia. Insomnia repositioning his Knights. He's getting attacked on his Mountain King. His Mountain King getting focus fired on. Mountain King for Insomnia getting healed, I believe, by the Paladin. ChinaHuman gonna run with his tail between his legs here. Good idea. Moving back towards the choke point as Insomnia focus firing on one of the Knights right now with ChinaHuman. And there goes the Knight. Mountain King levels up for Insomnia. Insomnia now with a level 3 Mountain King. That's going to be concentrated death, as now we've got a nice thunderclap by the Mountain King of Insomnia. ChinaHuman getting his unit stuck here and getting seriously blizzarded by Insomnia. Insomnia using a Divine Shield on his Paladin right now, as it looks like ChinaHuman in a lot of trouble. There goes the Mountain King now for ChinaHuman. Here comes Insomnia. He's going after the Paladin of ChinaHuman. ChinaHuman losing his Paladin. Oh man, this is not looking good. And ChinaHuman's going to say good game. Insomnia is going to win the first match here at the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games for his team, Bulgaria. ChinaHuman not looking too happy. GG, good game, folks. We got the next match coming up in a second here. I'm a little flabbergasted here at the excellent level of play as we're seeing from both of these players. Insomnia taking the win there over ChinaHuman. Good job, Insomnia. More people coming in, trying to sit down here at the stadium. There's people all up in the stands. Children seeing their idols from their favorite games play here at the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games. Just an excellent job thus far by everyone. I've seen some amazing games here, and I know you guys haven't been disappointed with the shoutcast of the event. You can hear the ambient noise right now, probably from the other stage, as the Counter-Strike finals are, I believe, getting done. I do not know who has won those. I haven't really had the opportunity to check, but I think those are ending very shortly. They might be very close, hence the clapping, but we'll see. Second map coming up here, going to be Lost Temple. I'm expecting some fast expos to go up here, but we'll see the strategies of the players and what they're able to do in this situation. And if they do the fast expand, will they be attacked? And can they hold on versus some very, very good micro from either player? We'll see how things go. That first match was very even until the later portions where Insomnia just seemed to be taking over, making sure he was in correct position and getting his units into the choke points properly, focus firing on the correct units of ChinaHuman. And right now, it's looking like we're just getting everybody ready here. The players, I believe, warming up a little bit. Just making sure their micro is good enough. Lots of people here right now in the auditorium. Looks like we're getting readied up. Human versus human. China versus Belgium. ChinaHuman versus SK Insomnia. Bing Wolf versus Slavko Georgiev. The map's going to be Lost Temple. And right now, ChinaHuman sending his peons into the gold mine. Getting himself a Rax up first, I believe. It looks big enough to be a Rax. No, Altar of Kings like normal. Without the ability to observe these matches inside WarCraft 3, it's difficult for me to tell from just the building foundations. More people funneling in here to the auditorium as more children want to see their heroes play their favorite games. Insomnia looking very focused. He wants his $20,000. And now with one match closer to that, he's seeing things in a much happier light. Rax going now on the ramp for Insomnia. The ramp leading down towards the main portion of Lost Temple. Archmage for both players is normal. Barracks going up as well for ChinaHuman. Insomnia building his racks out on the ramp, not only for scouting purposes, but for getting his units down to where they need to be faster. A very smart strategy. Looks like he might be avoiding that fast expo. Possibly for a rush on ChinaHuman. Sending down a militia right now is Insomnia. Looks like he's trying to scout out the map a little bit, see where his opponent is. ChinaHuman doing the same thing. Militia going clockwise here on Lost Temple. ChinaHuman sticking with the same pattern. Or, I'm sorry, Insomnia is sticking with the same pattern. Archmage still trying to come out of the Altar of Kings. We're still waiting on him. Farms going up right now for Insomnia and for ChinaHuman. China Human looking very nervous here. I see a little nervousness behind the eyes of SK Insomnia as well. Now China Human making his way down towards the expansion. Looks like he is going to try for the Fast Expo right now. Insomnia now looks like he will be going for that expo, even though he built his barracks on the ramp. Looks like he's mainly using that for scouting purposes and for getting his units out a bit faster later on. The fast expansion is a very powerful strategy on this map, and I did expect both players to do it, but the way Insomnia built his buildings, I was expecting maybe a rush. So it's looking right now like China Human finishing off the creeps at his natural expansion. Going to be building his expansion up shortly. We've got some water elementals out at the expansion for Insomnia. Insomnia picking up some sentry wards yet again. He's going to be able to keep his eyes on his opponent, which apparently helped him out quite a bit in the last map. Level 2 now on the Archmage of Insomnia. Insomnia going to be using his tomes there. Got some footmen coming out from both players' barracks. And it's looking like China Human has just crept that expansion. Looks like he's going for a fast tech here. He's trying to get a keep going. An interesting strategy here on Lost Temple. Let's see what Insomnia does versus that strategy. I'm very curious to see what both players will be doing in this scenario. Now it looks like China Human going in towards the middle of Lost Temple. Right now we've got ourselves a level 2 Archmage, I believe, for China Human. Going to be getting to level 3 very quickly. Picked himself up a Wand of Lightning Shield, an excellent item to have, versus especially ranged units, as you can force the opponent to micro them out of the way so that they do not hit their close neighbors fighting. Now it looks like Insomnia coming in, going after some more creeps. He's got himself a level 3 Archmage now as well. Very curious to see what China Human's thinking he can do here with that fast tech strategy. He looked very set up to do a fast expo, but instead he went with a fast tech. Insomnia dropping down a sentry ward right now, coming in doing a little bit of blizzarding on the units of China Human, and now China Human getting very blizzarded and damaged as he runs right into the blizzard of Insomnia, trying to move his units around, and there goes a Wand of Lightning Shield. Nice Lightning Shield cast on the Water Elemental of China Human, moving his Water Elemental after the footman of Insomnia, forcing Insomnia to back off a little bit. Now China Human coming in with the Boots of Speed. He's picked up some useful items thus far on his Archmage. Insomnia building himself a farm right near the gold mine of China Human, trying to stop the path of the peasants and keep an eye on that expo. Now Insomnia with his expo being up. China Human gonna come in here. He does have more units, I believe. And we've got the blizzard coming from Insomnia. China Human still with that Wand of Lightning shielded Water Elemental as he's trying to move that over towards Insomnia's units. And right now it looks like Insomnia is going to be forced to back off. Another good cast of Lightning Shield. Good job there by China Human. He's using that Lightning Shield cast very well. Now he's got a militia to deal with. That is Lightning Shielded, using Blizzard on his own units, killing off his own footmen and a militia. Insomnia trying to back off here. And he surrounded the Water Elemental of China Human, killed it off. Insomnia with more units now as he's got his militia up and going, trying to run after the units of China Human. Both players trying to micro as heavily as possible. China Human now without any Wand of Lightning Shield casts left. He does have himself a level 2 Water Elemental going after the Archmage of Insomnia. Insomnia changing his focus fire onto the Water Elemental of China Human. He's going to get himself some basic free experience, but he has taken a nice bit of damage there on his Archmage. China Human trying to draw out the units of Insomnia. Insomnia with a couple units in the red here. He couldn't be fighting a bad battle. Now here comes the Mountain King for China Human, making his way over to the right portion of the map. And it's looking like Insomnia gonna get attacked here by the Mountain King. We could have a good Thunderclap. No, bad Thunderclap by China Human. Didn't get his Mountain King into position correctly before Insomnia got away. Nice maneuver there by Insomnia, getting his footmen away from that battle. And now it looks like China Human making his way over towards the right side of the map. He's still following Insomnia. Insomnia has still got those militia at his expansion base. He's going to try and fight on top of the hill here to maximize his damage and not take as many misses as China Human will. We've got some Arcane Sanctums going up right now inside the base of Insomnia. And we've got some damage going on the footman right now of Insomnia as we've got the water elemental for China Human pegging away at them. 1 footman down. 2 footmen down. Excellent water elemental cast by China Human, taking out lots of the footmen of Insomnia. Insomnia killing off water elementals left and right, though. We've got ourselves a level 1 Mountain King out now for Insomnia. And now China Human making his way up to the main side of Insomnia's base, possibly to take out that Rax. We'll see. No, he's making his way. It looks like he's going over to creep a little bit more. As now we've got 2 Sorks making their way over to the expansion base of Insomnia. And what will China Human do with it? It looks like he's going to try and go through the main base of Insomnia. China Human picking himself up a scroll of healing right now. As China Human making his way up the expansion ramp as he's getting slowed by the sorceress of Insomnia. Insomnia trying to slow them down and kill them off. As now China Human making his way up the main ramp, trying to meet up with his Sorks, getting his footman in position, using a nice healing scroll. Good job, saves the sorceresses. And now it looks like Insomnia doing some nice blizzarding. We've seen some excellent micro there by China Human as he takes a nice thunderclap on the footman of Insomnia. Insomnia with a bad blizzard there as he's not hitting any units of China Human. China Human looks like he's been playing a little bit better this map, and Insomnia is kind of back on his heels. We've got some nice micro coming from China Human, and now it looks like Insomnia has summoned up some militia from his main base, going after the source of China Human. Insomnia is keeping things moving here. He's done a lot of damage to the army of China Human. China Human going to have to rethink about his strategy and get out of this base of Insomnia. We've got ourselves a level 3 Archmage right now for Insomnia. Another good thunderclap by China Human, keeping the units of Insomnia very low, and still focus fire from China Human on the Archmage of Insomnia. Insomnia has done very well thus far of basically ignoring it. There goes the Mountain King. Mountain King with 100 health left on it, getting healed by the priests of Insomnia, keeping him alive. The priest with very fast heal rate as still in the most recent patches, and China Human has lost a lot of units inside the base of Insomnia. Insomnia just microing incredibly in that battle. It looked like he was a bit behind with it, but with that one battle and nice micro, using his priests, keeping his Mountain King alive, he kept himself very, very much in this game. Looks to be a little bit ahead of China Human right now, as the expansion for Insomnia really starting to take effect and provide him with the gold that he needs to keep China Human on his heels. China Human running away from the battle right now, and it looks like he's getting himself prepped for another battle coming up. We'll see. Both Mountain Kings fairly even on health right now. Insomnia trying to get himself in position for a good thunderclap. Does do a nice thunderclap. And China Human returns the favor as he's still going after some of the footmen of Insomnia. Insomnia going to move those footmen back to get healed by the priests. And we're just seeing an excellent display of micro thus far. China Human still trying to go after the footmen of Insomnia, and we've got a paladin out right now for China Human, trying to chase after the units of Insomnia. China Human just going to regroup here and try and heal up his units, it looks like. He's got some priests and some sorks, along with some footmen. Insomnia heading back a little bit, doing a little regrouping of his own. Got lots of priests here for Insomnia. So far, have been making a nice big difference. He's going to try and dispel those slows as much as possible. The spell does cost a nice amount of mana, though, in exchange for removing a slow. But again, he forces his opponent to micro more. Now here comes Insomnia. Insomnia coming in on the behind of China Human as he's trying to creep hunt. But now Insomnia is in a little bit of danger here on his Mountain King. He's going to be forced to town portal away. And China Human has done some good damage. And Insomnia getting his units together and ready for a town portal. Thus far, it looks like China Human has taken quite a bit of damage on his units. We've got a scouting peasant here for China Human inside the main base of Insomnia right now, sending a Sork after it, trying to kill it off. And China Human resumes his creep hunt. Right now, it looks like Insomnia going to start creeping again by himself. Taking a lot of damage there in those fights with China Human. And now I can hear the cheers from the other side of the stage in this arena. I believe the Counter-Strike finals are over. I do not know who win, folks, so do not ask me. Right now, it looks like Insomnia still trying to creep hunt, going after the level 6 Rock Golem. We've got a red Drake egg being dropped right now and picked up by the Mountain King of Insomnia. Not terribly great in this situation. Can be dispelled fairly easily by the priests of China Human. Now it looks like China Human coming out on the expansion of Insomnia, trying to do some damage to his economy. And here comes Insomnia. He's going to try and TP back here. China Human repositioning himself in Insomnia with a very forward town portal. Nice blizzard here on the units of China Human. And oh my word, here comes the thunderclap from Insomnia. Good job there. And we've got a return thunderclap from China Human as he's making his way over towards the casters of Insomnia. Very good attack here by Insomnia. Excellent TP, killing off the units of China Human very easily. There goes the Paladin now for China Human. China Human in a lot of trouble. He's bringing his Mountain King back over to his Archmage, trying to save it. Stormbolt on the Mountain King, and Thunderclap as well. Oh my word. Insomnia trying to kill off that Mountain King with every means possible. Focus firing on it, Stormbolting it, and Thunderclapping it. We've got Griffins coming out now for China Human. Looks like he's going to try and use these as his means of killing off Insomnia. We'll see how well Insomnia can counter that. Thus far, it looks like he's playing very well and out-microing China Human in the later portions of this map. Paladin coming now for Insomnia. Looks like we've got some gyrocopters going up right now as well for Insomnia, anticipating the Griffins of China Human. And right now, it's looking like China Human trying to grab some gold from his expansion gold mine with just a few peasants from his main gold mine. China Human now using his Griffins to help him creep hunt. Going to be creep hunting mighty fast with those things. They are masters of disaster. They fly and they deal and bring pain. Insomnia and China Human both doing a lot of creep hunting right now. Gyrocopters coming over for Insomnia. We've got ourselves a level 5 Archmage. Lots of people again in this auditorium coming over from the Counter-Strike Max. It looks like they want to catch one of the finals here of a very good game of Warcraft 3 thus far. China Human sending over some peasants right now to an expansion gold mine. Looks like he's going to try and get an expansion and get some more gold. I believe he's got a very nice stockpile here, though, with about 1,000 gold. He's going to have to keep his building control going, as well as do well versus Insomnia. We've got ourselves a level 2 Paladin right now for China Human. We've got a scouting peasant coming over to the main base of Insomnia. Insomnia with 3 gyrocopters trying to get him out of the view of that peasant. Insomnia right now with a level 3, I believe, Mountain King. And now here come the Griffins going after the Ogres here on Lost Temple. We've got ourselves a Town Hall going up right now for China Human. China Human trying to keep himself in the later portions of this game. This could be his final game of the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games, but we'll see if he's able to defeat Insomnia and possibly come back on the third map. That's going to be a tough thing to do, especially versus one of the best players in the world. Scourge Bone Chimes being picked up right now as well for the Mountain King. Going to speed him up quite a bit. More and more people filing here into this auditorium. They want to see the end of this match. And now it looks like an Insomnia trying to put up a scouting farm there. It gets killed off by China Human. China Human trying to throw up another Rax inside of his main base. Looks like China Human trying to kill off yet another farm here of Insomnia. After he loses this farm, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble on the unit count. He's going to have to create another farm to build some more units. He is at 68 and 60-something on the unit count, I believe. Right now it looks like China Human doing a little bit of scouting right now with 2 water elementals, oddly enough. He will run into the big main force of Insomnia, who has gotten himself some Knights now. Knights still 0-0 on their upgrades. They do have a lot of starting armor. And with the upgrade of the Scourge Bone Chimes, going to provide a lot of extra speed. Looks like China Human trying to get the animal training upgrade here so he can get his Griffin some more hit points. Not a bad strategy at all. As right now, Insomnia making his way towards the back of China Human's army. Insomnia trying to get his Mountain King out in the front, and China Human's just going to town portal away. He does not have the kind of units he needs to deal with Insomnia's main force right now. 3 heroes, a knight, and 2 griffins, leaving behind a Sork or 2 there. Little heal being done to the Mountain King of China Human, who has picked himself up a potion of greater mana. That is an excellent item for China Human to have at this point. A great item. Could be the deciding factor of the game there. That's what I said, folks. He can kill off a hero with basically just his Mountain King. He needs to keep that sucker alive, and we'll see what he can do there. Right now, it's looking like China Human still doing a little bit of creeping. Got himself a level 4 Mountain King right now. Here comes Insomnia. This is going to be the deciding battle, folks, as China Human getting blizzarded and thunderclapped by Insomnia. Insomnia making his way with his gyrocopters after the Griffins of China Human. China Human taking some serious hits there on his Paladin. Going to be using Divine Shield and the Mountain King here as well for China Human. Now going after the casters of Insomnia. Insomnia still trying to chase after those Griffins. I do not know if they were killed off. Nice invisibility cast there by Insomnia, forcing his Mountain King to run away from the battle, but he has saved him. Heal being done there on the Mountain King of China Human. China Human trying to have to micro away his Mountain King, or his Archmage there. Here comes the Mountain King of Insomnia again for a nice thunderclap. In and out, in and out. There goes the Mountain King. And here goes the Mountain King again, going after the Paladin right now of China Human. China Human going to lose his Paladin. There it goes. Oh no, this is not looking good now for China Human. China Human getting a nice thunderclap in there on the units of Insomnia, but Insomnia with a lot of units. Not looking good at all for China Human. Stormbolt on the Mountain King now of Insomnia. Insomnia in a lot of trouble. He's going to lose his Mountain King. There comes the Paladin to save the Mountain King. Nice micro there by Insomnia, saving the Mountain King in the last seconds of that battle. Invisibility now on the Mountain King of Insomnia. Another heal on the Mountain King of Insomnia. Excellent Paladin micro there, keeping his Paladin with some full mana. And China Human still trying to press his slight advantage on Insomnia. Insomnia retreating back to his base right now. Looks like he's going to try and regroup. There are a ton of people here, folks, trying to witness the final of WarCraft 3 at the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games. This is Christopher Wax, Stephen Ionetti, bringing this broadcast to you from TSN, the Team Sportscast Network, www.tsncentral.com. Some nice invisibility micro here from Insomnia. Invisibility his Paladin a whole mess of trouble right now as he gets it away from the battle. Looks like we got the Mountain King being stormbolted here for China Human, and China Human's taking some pretty serious fire. He's going to have to do something in this battle to keep himself in the match. Wand of the Wind being used on the Mountain King of Insomnia, and Insomnia without a town portal there on his Mountain King. He's going to have to run him away as fast as possible. Running him back up the ramp and just taking a lot of losses, or a lot of loss of health here. Not a lot of casualties, though. He's saving his units when they are in the red, which is what he should. China Human now coming in with nice force of knights. Let's see what he's able to do here. Insomnia moving back into the rear portions of the base. China Human actually has a chance now. He's got a lot of knights for Insomnia to deal with. Let's see what Insomnia can do here. He's only got a couple gyrocopters in the air. And now it looks like China Human sending his Mountain King out in front, doing a nice thunderclap on the units of Insomnia. Insomnia with a knight in the red there, and it looks like he's using Divine Shield on his Paladin. Insomnia getting lots of knights killed off here. He is fighting for his life. There goes the Paladin now for Insomnia. China Human coming back in this game. Oh my god, nice play thus far by China Human. Wow, it looks like he's going after the casters right now of Insomnia. How did he come back? I do not know. But China Human is back in this game, going after some of the casters right now of Insomnia. I believe it was that expansion that China Human got up earlier, keeping himself in this game. How is it happening? I don't know. And lots of knights getting killed off now for Insomnia. He's going after the Mountain King of... China Human going after the Mountain King of Insomnia, and Insomnia just trying to retreat his gyrocopters here. Here comes some Griffins now from Insomnia, trying to get those Griffins out to help him out versus the many, many knights of China Human. They do cost a lot of money, though, folks. And now China Human looks like he's trying to press his advantage yet again, just outside the main base of Insomnia, as I'm losing my voice after this great match. Now Insomnia making his way again back into his base, trying to cower in fear from China Human and his many, many knights. Insomnia back inside of his base right now, trying to wait on his Paladin to come out. Nice Stormbolt there from his Mountain King. Stormbolt in turn by China Human. Gonna kill off the Mountain King of Insomnia. Insomnia in a lot of trouble right now. Good Blizzard, though, hitting many of the knights of China Human. And Insomnia says, good game! Oh my god, China Human has come back to win the second game here in the finals of the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games. Insomnia cannot be happy about this. Oh my God, what a good game, folks. Excellent micro and just a great job from both players. We are seeing everyone play at the top level. Here in the finals, the crowd has just filled off the auditorium. We've got a third game coming up here very soon. Gonna be on Tranquil Pass. We'll see who is able to win this game. Wow, what an excellent match. Not disappointing here in the finals of the World Cyber Games. Just a great match from both players and their respective countries. Amazing play. China Human looked like he was losing there in the beginning and in the middle of the game, and over the course of about 2 battles, changed the whole outcome. Right now, looks like both players getting readied up. Insomnia trying to gather his thoughts. Probably can't be too happy with the outcome of that last match. He's just trying to get himself set up right now and ready to go. Lots of WarCraft 3 players here. I see Gentho in the audience for Team USA. Not finishing too badly here at the World Cyber Games. Did his best, did a good job. Tranquil Pass is going to be the map here for match number 3. Map size 128 by 128. Again, the 2 players, Zdravko Georgiev, a.k.a. SK Insomnia from Bulgaria, losing the last match there. It is now 1-1, and his opponent, Bin Guo from China. China Human. Both players having an even record. They have both won the same number of games here at WCG and are playing a very, very excellent finals. I am having an excellent time casting these finals, guys. Normally, I'm not a fan of human versus human play, but these guys are just doing an excellent job. And I must say, I am very entertained. Hopefully you are as well. We're going to get the next match started up here in a second. We've got a couple comments here in IRC. I think Insomnia is putting on a show. If he's putting a show on, I would be shocked, because that kind of thing just doesn't happen. Players saying good game, or good game, good luck. Have fun right now, as we're about to get the third match underway. Here for WarCraft 3, Samsung World Cyber Games. Insomnia in the gray, China Human in the red. China Human now throwing down an altar, getting himself a farm going, getting his peasants ready to go. He looks extremely focused, and he knows after that last win, Insomnia has got to be a little bit worried about the outcome of these finals. $20,000 on the line for both of these players. Insomnia again looking very serious. I think he's gathered his thoughts together, getting himself ready for this third map. We've got ourselves a Rax going up right now for Insomnia, getting his altar up as well, sticking with the same build he stayed with thus far here in the finals. Archmage being created right now for China Human. Slightly different build there for him than Insomnia. He goes altar, farm, and then on the next peasant, a Rax. While China Human goes with, or I'm sorry, Insomnia goes with altar, farm, and Rax at the same time. Virtually. Footman's coming out right now for Insomnia. Sending off a militia as well to help him scout. He's grabbed the 1 o'clock location here on Tranquil Pass. China Human grabbing the 5 o'clock location. The gymnasium here still quite full, folks. And it's getting more full as the time goes on. We've got people filtering in from all the entrances to see this final matchup between these two excellent players. And the Ogre's chasing after Insomnia, scouting Peasant right now. Doesn't want to take too many hits on that. Now here comes Chinahuman going after some creeps, trying to get things going to start off. Obviously still has a level 1 Archmage. Archmage has just popped out. We've got ourselves some Militia coming out right now for Chinahuman, trying to help him creep hunt a little bit early on, get that level 2 as fast as possible. Insomnia bringing over several Militia right now, possibly going for the fast expo here on Tranquil Pass. Tranquil Pass being a very nice map, especially friendly for humans, so to see a double human, it's very interesting. You can creep several locations with Defend, as a lot of the creeps on this map tend to be ranged. The Archmage for Chinahuman, making his way over to his expansion goldmine. Wand of Lightning Shield picked up here for Insomnia. And now it looks like Chinahuman going after some more trolls right now. Going to try and get himself the treasure there picked up. Picks himself up a Ring of Protection +2 and a Mantle of Intelligence +3 thus far in this match. Scouting being done here by Chinahuman is just seeing the expansion of Insomnia right now. And let's see what Chinahuman does about that. He's going to be building his own expansion. It looks like he's bringing over Militia right now, trying to creep these Ogres. And again, to get that Archmage leveled up as fast as possible. Chinahuman still level 2 in his Archmage. He's about 70%. Now 90% of the way to level 3. Keep being researched now for Chinahuman. Going with a relatively fast tech. You can probably hear the ambient noise coming from the crowd and the announcers, the Korean announcers here at the World Cyber Games. And right now, here comes Chinahuman going after the expansion base of Insomnia. Chinahuman with a lot of footmen here. He's going to still try and out-micro Insomnia. Insomnia getting one of his footmen stuck here on the Water Elemental of Chinahuman. So very nice positioning there by Chinahuman. Still got some good micro coming from Insomnia. Now we've got ourselves a Sentry Ward being dropped next to the expansion base of Insomnia. Almost an opposite of what happened last match. And now it looks like Insomnia just finishing off a Water Elemental there. And it looks like we've got to keep going as well for Insomnia. Chinahuman a bit further along on it. Water Elemental getting killed off there for Chinahuman by Insomnia. Insomnia chasing after Chinahuman, making his way over to one of the mana fountains here on this map. And it looks like Chinahuman's getting chased here by Insomnia. Chinahuman just trying to keep Insomnia away from his expansion base. He's going to lead him right to it. What are you doing, dude? And now here comes the Wand of Lightning Shield Water Elemental. Almost a reverse of the last match as Insomnia gets that Water Elemental Lightning Shielded of his. Goes after the Peasants right now of Chinahuman. And now some nice positioning here by Chinahuman, and looks like Insomnia getting his Water Elemental behind the footman of Chinahuman. And now Insomnia Wand of Lightning shielding his Water Elemental yet again, going in and trying to hit the Peasants of Chinahuman. Some nice leveling being done here by Insomnia, is killing off a lot of Chinahuman's units. Insomnia with that Water Elemental still being lightning shielded. And now there goes Chinahuman's Archmage, level 3 on both of the Archmages. And Chinahuman going to keep his Archmage away from the battles. Now it looks like Chinahuman is going to lose his expansion. Insomnia just with better positioning there, better micro with that Wand of Lightning Shield. Chinahuman going to lose his expansion right now, unless he gets some units over there to save it. He's lost a lot of militia and footmen. Chinahuman with just insufficient micro here. Now it looks like Chinahuman about 25% HP left on that building. It will get killed off. Chinahuman gonna just let it go as he tries to get out a couple more units here to head into Insomnia and fight again and again and again. Mountain King out right now for Chinahuman. Looks like he's TPing back to his main right now. Might have been a bad town portal. As he tries to run after an illusioned Archmage of Insomnia. Insomnia looks like he's going to try and creep on a little bit more again. Making himself very close to a mercenary shop here on Tranquil Pass. Possibly heading to creep a Goblin Merchant right now as well. We've got ourselves a second Arcane Sanctum going up right now inside Insomnia's base. Inside Chinahuman's base, he's got the one Arcane Sanctum. Nice kill there by Chinahuman, finishing off a footman in the red, as we've got another big battle going on here. Insomnia with another good Wand of Lightning Shield cast, going after the units of Chinahuman. Chinahuman stormbolting it, or I'm sorry, thunderclapping it. And now it looks like Chinahuman bringing in some militia right now from his main base. He doesn't really have a ton of units here to defend against Insomnia. He doesn't have a lot of gold here. He's got a close barracks. What is he doing? He needs to start cranking out some units here to hope to defend against Insomnia. Insomnia getting slowed by the units of Chinahuman. There goes some more footmen there for Insomnia. Archmage getting killed off there. Insomnia killing off the Archmage of Chinahuman. But now it looks like Chinahuman's chasing after the Archmage of Insomnia. He will not catch it. Still trying to go after the Mountain King, though, of Insomnia. He needs to kill off one of the heroes of Insomnia if he wants to win this map. The Archmage of Insomnia with 44 health, and he got away in that last battle. Chinahuman cannot feel happy about that. Chinahuman retreating back to his main base right now. If he got that Archmage, I don't know. I think he still would have been in this battle. Even though he's lost himself an expansion, Insomnia still has his. And Insomnia has just been out-microing Chinahuman in this final map. We'll see what can happen here. This will be the last match of WarCraft 3 played for the $20,000 here at the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games. This is Christopher Wax, Stephen Ionetti broadcasting here live at the event for the Team Sportscast Network. www.tsncentral.com is the address and the place to be. Insomniac now coming to defend his expansion as Chinahuman trying to make a little bit of a run here on Insomnia. He is very low on the units, though, and Insomnia now with his Paladin out from his main base. Insomnia just looks to be in much better shape. And Chinahuman's going to say good game. It's looking like Insomnia has taken the win in WarCraft 3. Chinahuman not looking too happy. Good game. Chinahuman. Insomnia with a big smile on his face. He looks very happy to have grabbed the win and $20,000. Yeah, baby. Excellent play by Insomnia. He just outclassed Chinahuman in that last map. Chinahuman just could not get his head right after losing his expansion. Couldn't grab the win over Insomnia. Excellent job by both players in a finals that will go down in WarCraft 3 history. Great, great games from both players. I'm seeing Kerr, a.k.a. 420, Insomnia's teammate from Bulgaria. Looks like he's getting ready to congratulate his teammate here, as both players shaking hands. And saying, good game, I'm sure, in person. Chinahuman shouldn't be too disappointed with his play here. He's played exemplary. He took a game away from Insomnia. He played excellent in that second game. He out-microed Insomnia in that second game, played better. He deserved the win just as much as Insomnia. These guys are excellent human players, and we've just seen a great job here for WarCraft 3. Pictures being taken all over the place. You can hear the announcers announcing the final win here. And there are the two players, Chinahuman and Insomnia. We've got both players up on the stage right now, Insomnia and Chinahuman. Insomnia always with that very stern look on his face. Chinahuman expressing his regret. He looks very upset over his loss here. He's played well. He shouldn't be too upset. He has grabbed the silver medal at one of the most challenging and competitive events in the world, the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games. He shouldn't be too upset, folks. He's garnered himself a nice prize. He's done a great job representing his native China, getting them the silver medal. Insomnia just cannot believe his win here. Insomnia being a pro gamer here in Korea, he's come over with a fellow member of his team, Schroed Commando, Mad Frog, to play here in the leagues in Korea. He's been doing an excellent job thus far. And I think the practice here in Korea and the very tough competition has helped him out. All right, folks, looks like we're going to be wrapping things up here for WarCraft 3 today and at the World Cyber Games. I got to say, I've had a fun time casting WarCraft 3 for you. We're going to bring you Brood War later on this evening. The finals of StarCraft Brood War, take it very seriously here in the country of Seoul, of South Korea. Brood War coming up in about, I think, an hour and a half from now. So be sure to check back here on the WCG stream. Going to bring you live coverage of StarCraft Brood War and the finals between Agogo and Fisheye from Pro Gamer. Fisheye, I believe, has been playing random thus far at WCG, which is excellent and just very rewarding in the end if he can pull it off a win versus Agogo. So congratulations to both players. We're signing off.